Well, I've lived in North Melbourne for 38 years. I just thought I'd put that in. And I'm a foundation member of the Hotham History Project, the local history group for North and West Melbourne. Apart from publishing books, we do historic walks. Lorraine has just passed you the little brochure that goes with our walk on North and West Melbourne. If you look at the photograph at number 8 inside, you'll see the Wesleyan Church, which was demolished in 1936. However, the 1864 brick school remains as a surviving remnant of a once flourishing church community. The Baptist church is at number 9. All the major religions were granted Crown land in the newly opened areas of North and West Melbourne in the 1850s and 60s. The nearby Presbyterian, Anglican and Catholic churches with their associated buildings are now on the Heritage Register, numbers 7, 10 and 2,182 respectively, and they form an important part of the heritage of North and West Melbourne. In contrast, the Baptist Church demolished its 1866 church in 1962. It is now proposing to demolish the 1917 manse, the only physical fabric remaining of the Baptist Church's occupation of the site. I disagree with the argument in the officer's report that the manse does not contribute to the social or historic character of the area, as this negates the Baptist Church's long presence on that site. I also agree with the Council's own heritage advice that the manse contributes to the architectural character of the area. While not part of the Benevolent Asylum estate, the manse was built at the same time as many of the buildings on the estate in a similar style and materials, and there's a strong visual link across Curzon Street. The significance of the asylum estate is in the almost intact Edwardian interwar subdivision set within Victorian housing of the 1870s and 80s. The officer's report argues there is no visual link to the heritage buildings on the west side of Hawke Street. I dispute that. If you look at the photo at page 61 of the report looking west to Hawke Street, you see the historic cottages peeping through. I maintain that the juxtaposition of the Edwardian housing on the north side of Miller with the Victorian housing on the south is very similar to the relationship between the manse and the historic cottages and terraces of Hawke Street West. There have been several instances in recent times when council planners have ignored council's own heritage advice to recommend demolition of D and C graded buildings. The majority of the heritage buildings in the inventory for this area are D-graded buildings in either level 2 or 3 streetscapes. 70% for North and West Melbourne, 83% for West Melbourne.